Welcome back class. Today we are going to discuss very important topic, which is what is the potential energy stored in a charge capacitor, and this derivation is asked a number of times in the board examination. So let us discuss this derivation. Right? So let us assume a capacitor of capacity C is there, and we are putting the charge Q on this plate. Right? Q charge is put on this positive plate, and because of this plus Q charge already because of induction you will get the minus Q charges in this plate. And because of this charge, you know that whenever you are putting a charge on a plate, that potential rises. So the potential difference of the plate is V. Right? So by putting the charge of Q on this plate, you are getting the potential difference across the plate is how much? V. Right? Because that work done is stored in the form of potential energy. So the potential across the plate is V. Our aim is to calculate if we are charging this capacitor from 0 to Q, how much work done is stored in this capacitor, right? Or what is the potential energy of this capacitor when you charge this capacitor from 0 to a value of charge Q, right? So our aim is to find. So let us see. If we are bringing a very infinitely small charge dq, a very infinitely small dq charge, right, against this electric field, and how the electric field produced, because already the potential difference is here. You know the relation between the E is equal to minus dV by dx. So if there is a potential difference built up, that means already the electric field is here. So whatever the electric field produced by this potential difference, if we are bringing this infinitely small dq charge, we have to do some work done. So what is the value of the work done? So the work done, W is equal to what? W is equal to Q into V, because we have the formula V is equal to what? W by Q. Already we have discussed in the potential chapter. V is equal to W by Q, so W is equal to Q into V. So what is the work done in bringing this dq charge against the electric field which is generated by the potential difference V is W is equal to Q into V. So here the charge is dq and the potential is V. Clear? A few students will say, sir, if you are bringing this dq charge, then automatically this V will be raised, because whenever you are not adding the work done which is already we have to do when you are bringing this dq charge. So already we are assuming this dq is very infinitely small. So because of this infinitely small, we have to do the very infinitely small work done. So this work done is very small. That is why we are assuming that potential is approximately the same, right? So here this is the work done in bringing this dq charge against the electric field which is produced by the potential difference V. Okay? So what is the value of this V? We have that what C is equal to what? C is equal to Q by V. We have relation C is equal to Q by V. So V is equal to what? V is equal to Q by C. We have the relation. C is equal to Q by V, the basic definition of the capacitance. C is equal to Q by V, so V is equal to Q by C. So put the value of V here in this expression. So what you will get? You will get dW is equal to V is equal to Q by C into dQ. Just see this relation. Right? Just see this relation. What? This is the relation between the charge and the capacitor and this work done. So this is the all the parameters are now connected: work done, charge, capacitance, and this very differential amount of the charge. What is our aim? Our aim is to what is the total work done when you are charging this capacitor from 0 to Q. So we have the relation, and in this relation, if our aim is to find the total work done, just integrate this function from the lower limit to the upper limit. So what you will get the function? You will get the function so we have the function dW is equal to what? Q by C into dQ. We have this function. We have to integrate this function from where? From initial condition to the final condition. So here we have to connect. So what is the initial phase? Initial, that means at initially we are considering the capacitor is uncharged. That means the charge is 0. And what is the final limit? We have the final limit is we have to charge the capacitor from 0 to Q. and because of initially the charge is 0, so the work done is 0, and we are assuming the final net work done is W. Clear? So this is our relation. Simply we have to integrate this function and you will get the total work done. So what is the total work done? So here that you will get the W is equal to, because it is the integration of 1 dx, you will get the x, and upper limit and lower limit you will get the W. And here you see here 1 by C I am taking outside. Why I am taking the 1 by C outside? Because C is the constant. For a given parallel plate capacitor, the value of this C is constant. Right now? So we have the function integration of 0 to Q, and the function is what? Q dq. So this function is similar to the function integration of x dx. And what is the formula for the x dx? You are getting this x square upon 2. Clear? And the plus constant, because already we are considering the initial condition is 0, that is why here the value of the constant is 0. But you are getting the constant here, that constant is the initial condition. Already the initial condition is 0. So there is no initial condition, that is why you are getting the x square by 2. So here in the place of x what? Q is here. So what you will get? W is equal to 1 by C, and that become Q square by 2. Right now? And limit we have to put 0 to Q. And what is the procedure to put the limits? Upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit is already Q. In place of Q you put the Q, the value will be same. And when you put the 0, that becomes 0. So you will get the final expression for the work done is 1 by 2 Q square upon C. Clear? So this is your total work done is 1 by 2 Q square by C, and this total work done is stored in the form of potential energy. So what is the energy stored? So the energy stored is U is equal to, because we are representing the potential energy by U, so 1 by 2 Q square upon C. So this is your potential energy, total potential energy stored to charge the capacitor from 0 to Q. Right? And you can also express this Q in terms of the potential. You know that Q is equal to what? Q is equal to CV. So just put the in place of Q CV. So you will get U is equal to 1 by 2, and in place of Q you just put CV, that becomes C square V square. So here C square V square, already in the denominator is C. So you will get U is equal to what? You will get U is equal to half CV square. So we have two relations, charge capacitor. If the charge and the capacitance is given, then you apply the U is equal to 1 by 2 Q square by C. And if the charge and the capacitance and the potential is given, then you apply U is equal to half CV square. Right now? So we have the two relation, half Q square by C and half CV square. U is equal to half CV square. Right now? So in the basis of these formula, number of numericals are given, so you should discuss. So this is the potential energy stored in the parallel plate capacitor. So let us discuss some numerical. So see the question here. The question: if a parallel plate capacitor of capacity 4 microfarad is charged up to 100 volt. Right now, that means the capacitor is charged by the potential difference of 100 volt. That means this amount of the potential we have charged. Then what is the amount of the charge and potential energy stored in it? Right now? So in this question, two parts there. First, you have to find what is the amount of charge stored on it and what is the potential energy stored on it. Right now? So in this question, you have the two parts is there. So just note down the given terms. So here the given parameter is the value of the capacitance is given. C is given. Right now here. What is the value? C is equal to 4 microfarad. Right? The value of the C is given here. And what is the potential difference? The V is given 100 volt. Right? And we have to find what? We have to find the value of the Q and we have to find the value of U. Clear? So I am erasing the question. Already we have noted down the values, given values, and I am erasing the question. So we have to find what is the amount of charge stored and the Second part is what is the total potential energy stored because of discharging of the capacitor. Clear? So we have the given value of C and V. So we know that the basic definition of C is what? C is equal to Q by V or Q is equal to CV. Right? So put the value of C. C is given in a microfarad. So the value is 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 farad. Right now? Because it is not given in the MK system, I am multiplying with the 10 to the power minus 6. 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad. And the value of the potential is how much? 100 volt. Right? Already the volt is the MK system, no need to convert it. So when you multiply this one, you will get 400 into 10 to the power minus 6, and because it is a charge, you will get in the coulomb, because the MK system unit is the coulomb. So because here the 10 to the power minus 6, so I am writing it is microcoulomb. So 400 microcoulomb charge is present on the capacitor. Clear? The basic definition, C is equal to Q by V or Q is equal to CV. So here the value of the C, 4 into 10 to the minus 6 farad into 100 volt, because the value of the C is given 4 microfarad and the value of the V is given 100 volt. So after multiplication you will get 400 into 10 to the power minus 6. With 10 to the power minus 6 I am writing the micro. So 400 microcoulomb. This is the value of the Q. Next part of the question is just find the value of U. So already we have derived the expression for the potential energy is U is equal to half CV square. Right? The potential energy is equal to half CV square. So just put the value U is equal to 1 by 2 and the value of the C is how much? 4 into 10 to the power minus 6, now becoming the farad, into the value of the V. V is 100, which is 10 power 2, and here is the square. So that becomes 10 to the power 4. Clear? Because the value of the potential is 100, which is 10 power 2, and here in the formula it is a square. So 10 to the power 2 whole square, that becomes 10 to the power 4. So here U is equal to, here 2, you will get 2 times. So then you 2 into this is 10 to the minus 6 and this is 10 to the power 4. That becomes 10 to the power minus 2. And already we have converted all the parameters in the MK system. So you will get the value of the U in the MK system, which is the joule. So 10 to the power minus 2 joule. Right? So this is your answer. You can also write in this one 0.02 joule. So this is your potential energy stored in the charge capacitor. Right? So I hope you understand this question. So you should solve some more question, and if you have any doubt, you should mention in the comment section.